Brick Bloggeteers, Will here, and today we're looking at set 910011, BrickLink Studios 1950s Diner. Now, like with all the not all the 1950s diners, with all the BrickLink Studio sets, you just get a single insert that has a QR code, but for whatever reason, every time I try using the QR code, it doesn't go to the right site. So you will have to load up your app, find the right set, and go there. Unfortunately, as of recording this video, they currently do not have the PDF instructions. It's something I would recommend you looking at if you like this set so that you can build it on your own. All right, the first thing you build is a cute little gas pump. It has an old-fashioned hose, as well as uses a few little bits, tiles that have some printing on them. Like there's a little bottle cap, soda can top, which could be an old soda can top, or it could be representing like a gas cap that was left behind. All right, why do you need a gas pump? Well, to fuel your vehicle. So this is very similar to the downtown diner, except in this case, it's not a convertible. It's a one with a full top, pink and white for the accenting. The back section does not open up, but it is nicely shaped. And the front hood section also does not open up. I do really appreciate the detailing they did with like the horns right in front of the windshield and also the very front of the hood. On the front side and the bumper, they used some cutlasses from the Pirates sets. This is probably the weakest part of the set. I did continuously knock off one of those. Clever uses of some mugs for the side mirrors on the side. Overall, this is an excellently shaped vehicle. When you pull off the top, there is space in there for a couple of minifigures. You will have to play around with their positioning because it doesn't have jumpers to offset them like a lot of the vehicles have done. It uses straight studs, so you will have to figure out where to put one more center versus one closer to the edge. These doors do not open. They're actually just built in to the side of the vehicle. This angle is on a hinge, so you can adjust that a little bit. But for the most part, it's just meant to stay at angle. I do like how they handled over the wheel hubs, and they just built straight across, giving this a very nice looking model. All right, on to the minifigures. You get 4 minifigures in here. You've got 2 customers, a male and a female. They each come with their own goblet for whatever reason. The female's holding a small little waffle piece that she got from the diner. The other 2 are the employees, of course, the chef and the waitress. Each of them holding their appropriate foodstuffs that they're working with or delivering. Some of the loose accessories, let's move it on back. A couple of tiles with some lists for like the waitress taking down orders, a frying pan, and a 1x1 round tile that fits into the frying pan as if he's cooking a hamburger patty. Now, one thing you might wonder is like, why do I have the loose accessories and not like staged inside the building? That's because the designer Pix027 did a really good job at giving very little in the way of studs. They really like that finished look with tiles, so that's what they stuck with. But the top of the building comes with, of course, the brick-built fries and hamburger. Hamburgers mostly just different dishes in different positions to create that look with a leaf right in the middle. As for stickers, there are 3 stickers on the main top sign, with diner being in the middle, and 2 of similar stripe stickers on the left and right of it. The lower sign has 4 different stickers that tells you the various menu options. Another sticker's out here in front, this little kiosk sort of thing. It might be just a display sign, or it might be where you can order outside and then have them just deliver out. But in there it simply says, if we can fry it, you can try it. Another thing I want to point out on the sides is I talked about how this looks like a modular building that was brought in like on the back of a truck and then kind of modified to be a finished building. You can see this by like this door sort of design, because I was wondering, why in the world does it have a little bar? Well, that's a handle, but that's a completely sealed wall, so they simply sealed the door shut after they parked it in place. And as you can see on the bottom, it has a bit of a foundation, clearly where they built up to hide any of the undercarriage of this building, so you no longer see that it's, well, a modular trailer. On the back, you have a couple of tiles printed with grills. This lines up with some grills printed that are in the inside. And then on this side, you have another one of the sealed doors, just in a different color. Speaking of color schemes, you'll know that it's heavily red, white, and blue because it's all about Americana. And nothing says Americana like a very crowded display space. So they pack the back wall with tons of maps, newspapers, and whatnot, from American flags to postcards. And then on the other side, you even have a guitar, some trophies, a jukebox on the side. I'll turn it so that can become more visible. I think there's a record down in there. Then there's a coffee machine in the back, a little freezer, a range. Underneath the range, where it's not even visible, even if I turn it in a different direction, they do have like gray cylinders with tops, and I think those are representative of like beers that you can order. Otherwise, bottles, knife, another frying pan, and the entire floor is black and white checkered. Lots and lots of tiles in here, lots of detail work. Turning to the side, you can get a better look at the jukebox if I can angle it. So that's a nice little build in there. On the front wall, you have even more decorations above the windows with little 1x1 printed tiles, just to make sure if you're missing more tiles. Of course, the coat rack, and then the 4 stools that are in front of the bar to make it really, really packed in there. And of course, the last area is the booth. That's normally where they put one of the checklists for taking orders. But of course, everything being tiled, nothing will stick on. And if you notice in the corners, they have these lamps. They were very cautious as to make sure all the lamps match the same styles, whether it's the front of the building with the lamps in front or inside the building, so that you have this uniformity to the entire thing. Now, unfortunately, this is a very limited set. They only made 10,000 if they sold it out, which I think they did. So you're going to have to find this either on the secondary market or just brick build it yourself. It's not too bad in terms of piece count. I think it's over 1,000, but that's mostly because of like how many tiles you have to work with in here. So you can actually make a few adjustments as you go. But overall, that's all you get with set 910011, the 1950s diner from BrickLink Studios, round 3.